And we're live. Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome to the Guard Dog Incorporated live stream. Great to have you. Thanks for joining us. Today's
Good to
special
have you
guest,
guys.
the one and only Mr. Monty Sheets, the inventor and owner of Guard Dog Incorporated. It's going to be a informative night. I mean, he's told the story. I've heard it before, but every time he tells it, it's fun to hear how it was invented and how it's turned into what it is today. Let's see who we got on with us so far. Cold Creek Catfishing, Billy, great to have you. 922 Crappy Barbecue. Oh, yeah, man. I mean, come on. Fishing,
922.
oh, Gerald, fishing with
JBT.
JBT. The Bullock Experience. I think there's some winners going on there last week with the Bullock Experience.
Yeah, Kelly. Kelly's a lucky guy.
We got Travis Young. Howdy, howdy.
We got J-Dogs in the house. Hey,
Yeah, he
Travis.
is. And Skeeter.
Skeeter. Good to have
We're
you
gonna
with us,
have
guys.
we're gonna have Adam, pro staff Adam Zimmerman. If you guys know him, he's having a little audio issues, but he'll be joining us shortly. But it is great to see everybody. So why don't we just start off with the beginning, Monty? Why don't we start with what year was it when you first thought of the idea for the guard dog?
Well, friends, I'll tell you what, I came up with the idea of the guard dog about 13 years ago, 13, 14 years ago now, but I actually was wanting something just for myself personally. I was getting tired of missing those short bites, those one and done hits. And I catfish a lot at night. And when I'm catfishing, normally I as well. I've got one rod out, three rods only, but I got kind of tired of walking up and down the bank bait fishing. The other two rods I wasn't using. They were just sitting there that more than likely I couldn't draw. Bow release. I had it actually hooked to a little arm that came off the bow release. I could handle it on waters, but any little water. And I came up with a few prototypes, but I was time, and I just didn't have time to get into making them. So after I retired 2 years ago, I started doing some prototypes for myself again. Made them out of coat hangers and JB Weld, guys. It's just a simple little automatic fish hooker. They worked. They were rough. You had to bend the arm to adjust any line tension, or you couldn't really adjust the trigger. But after about 6 to 8 months of experimenting, I came out with the original guard dog. Probably 300 prototypes in the making, of course, but it was basically just your wire. I was bending these in my shop at home, and I was just going to do it for a hobby, of course. And I had so many friends that wanted some, or using them, and said, "Monty, you really need to sell those." So I put some on eBay, and they just went crazy. They just absolutely went crazy. So that's how it really began. And of course, that was May of last year. So we've just been in business. We just started with the original, or the new pro model guard dogs, end of January. So we've actually been out about 8 months now, 8 or 9 months now with the original pros. Mr. Dom, hey, Two Stands, glad to have you, friends.
Yeah, I remember the originals. I remember those originals. In fact, I caught a fish with it just this weekend. Yep, just this weekend I caught a nice, I think it's a white bass. So just for fun, I like to break out the first generation because I have so many good memories with it. So yeah, I still love mine. Nothing fancy, but they were great.
Well, Randy, the old ones worked. They worked to steel and they would rust after. So excuse me, but basically it would work great. The system was still key to the original gun, adjustable trigger set. But the new ones are just so much more of a. We're losing service on and off, Randy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. We'll just have to work through it. You know the world of internet.
Oh yeah. Hey, friends on chat, I think it'd be real nice to get you guys involved tonight. Of course, me and Randy have used the dogs so many times that we pretty much have them figured out like the back of our hands. But I'd like to have any of you guys that has any questions, any thoughts, any ideas, please ask. Give us your comments. Let us, answer your questions for you. Let's get you informed the best we can.
This is a good time to talk about one of the questions we get a lot, and that is people ask us a lot about circle hooks and octopus hooks, and they wonder because it usually requires a different hook set if it's going to work with the guard dogs. Also, people ask us a lot of times about the bait casting combos because they're basically the rings are different than the spinning rods if they'll work with the guard dog. I got a short video here I wanted to throw on that would answer both of those questions. Let me see if I can get that up for y'all.
Sounds great.
Spoiler alert, the answer is yes, it will work. But let me get this for you guys here.
Hey, Chad, how you doing, brother? Avid, good to have you in.
All right, here we go.
Yep. Oh yeah. This is turning into my lucky rod. The chopstick. I like the power handle on this thing, dude. Is it a Viper? Swiper, no swiping. He's angry. He's angry, dude. He's angry. Don't be so angry. Why so angry, bro? Oh yeah, he's a good one. He's a fatty. Just put him right here. See how wide he is? Look at that hook, dude. That's beauteous. Guard dog, baby. Yeah, that's clean. That might even be a white bass, bro.
There you go.
Yeah, so you can see that's the
Well,
catfish symbol chopstick combo. And then I had a 6-aught octopus hook.
Go ahead, Randy.
Yeah, sorry about it, guys. If you guys are, I'm not sure how our signal is right now. Might be on my end, might be on all our ends. Let us know in the chat if you can still, if it's still coming through. Okay, if you would. Hopefully it is.
I see a question from Kelly. And by the way, Randy, good video. Most people probably know by now that the guard dogs work great with circle hooks. Matter of fact, about 80 to 85% of our catfishermen are using circle hooks. There's a few advantages with a circle hook that you have with a guard dog that people may not even know about. And I'll get into that maybe here just a little bit. But I seen Kelly had a question, and he said, Monty, question come up the other day with the guard, will the guard dog damage our rods? Kelly, I have talked to, well, we have probably, I think we just sold our right at our 5,000 guard dogs last week. Our business has been good. The only damage that has ever been done with a rod was one gentleman that slammed it in a car door before he went fishing with it. He's tried setting up the guard dog and it broke before he even set it up. The other one, basically, the gentleman had a real stiff older rod and he overbent it and cracked his rod. But no, in actuality, out of all the thousands and thousands, the guard dog, you've got to remember, when you set up a guard dog, you're only setting a guard dog up at a half of a rod bend. So if your rod breaks, setting it up at a half a rod bend, you have no way in the world to catch a big fish on that rod anyway, because a fish is going to apply a lot more pressure on a rod than setting up a guard dog at a half a rod bend. All your modern rods nowadays, of course, are made out of S-glass or composite glass. They're one-piece blanks that come in. Matter of fact, they don't even spine anymore. From what I understand from the manufacturers, they actually just pick up the rod and they'll look to see if they'll twist it to see if there's any little rod bend in it or a little bow. That's where they stick their eyes, just depending on if there's a slight bow or not. But the rod tip eye, believe it or not, the guard dog has a special tooling that creates that little nose. If anyone's seen a guard dog, the nose is perfectly rounded. It's what they call coined, and it's absolutely perfectly rounded. And that coin nose will do less damage to a rod tip eye than your braided line. So no, in all honesty, it's not going to hurt your rod at all unless there was a problem with your rod to begin with.
Here's a question. Let's see. Howdy. I was going to hook on this question from 922 Crappie. How many times did you get slapped trying to set the trigger? Well,
you know what,
I can speak from, yeah, in the beginning, it takes a second to figure out. I won't lie there, but once you figure it out, I mean, I haven't got hit by a guard dog in a while.
I'll tell you what, I guess with me developing it and going through all the scenarios and all the testing, you know, I knew better than to stand behind it just because I sort of knew the physics behind it. It was going to slap me if it got loose. So, you know, as long as you're standing beside it, when you set up your guard dog, you're going to stand at the side of the rod when you set it up, so it's not going to hit you. If you happen to walk over and so close to the back of a rod, for whatever reason, you might do that. It possibly could get you, but I've never been slapped. I've never been slapped once, and I've used these things 20,000 times in testing. So just be careful.
Yeah, you know what? I think in the beginning, I'm trying to get the sensitivity just right. And I mean, you're trying to get it sensitive enough without being set off by either the current or the wind. So you play around with it, and it's set off on me a couple times. But like Monty says, you definitely don't want to be behind the business end of it, just to be safe.
Hey, Randy, that's a real good idea. I'm going to show the gang something if I can get this close enough. Let me take this over here, see if I can get this close enough. I'm going to set up a guard dog real quick and just give him a little tip on that. And using a laptop, guys, I'll tell you what, excuse me for that, but let me give you two little tips here, guys. If you can see the guard dog, one suggestion I've got is when you're setting up the guard dog, always put the tension string a little bit on the higher setting, the higher trigger to begin with. Because if you have that on a light setting, basically when you first try setting up the guard dog, it could slip on you. So always turn that or push that string over to the heavier setting when you're setting it up. The guard dog trigger is the very last thing you want to adjust after you've set up your rod. So it's no problem once you have your rod or your guard dog set up, then you can slide your tension string for the trigger adjustment. So remember, when you're first getting used to it, always set it on a little heavier setting. And then the very last step, you'll want to adjust your trigger on that. But when I'm actually fishing, if I can see this, if I can get to the, man, I'll tell you what, when I set up a guard dog, what I'll do is I'll actually put my hand over the top of the rod with one hand while I'm adjusting this tension string with the other. Then as I'm lightening up, I'll let loose a little bit to make sure my current's not tripping. I'll lighten that up so much that it does trip it. Then I just slide it over to the heavier, just 1/8 of an inch, and I'll try it again. You'll know real quick when you've got the lightest setting you can have that way without tripping your rod due to water currents. So just put your hand over the rod, slide your tension string. You'll know if you need to adjust that. But that'll give you the very, very best trigger setting that you can possibly have, because you want to fish it as light as your water currents allow.
Yeah, yesterday, or not yesterday, what was it? Friday Friday when we went fishing. The wind started picking up bad. And I like, on some, depending on the species, I like to go super sensitive so they can't spit out the baits. This works really good. I noticed with wipers. It works good with like walleye, fish that would aggressively grab it and then turn. I like the guard dog to set off quick on those. I'll do a slower setting, a little bit slack in the line if I'm going to go for like pike, because with pike I like them to take the bait and they like to chew on it a little bit and move around a little bit. So I like them to take it and swallow a little bit and swim away. So I'll just put a little slack in the line. And I'll turn the sensitivity down just a tad so it's not going to go off right off the bat. But that's the beauty of it. Between the tensioning string and a little bit of slack on the line, if you don't have wind, you can get the right setting for any species. I've caught over 12 species, guys, with this thing, and can tell you right off the bat. Once you get the timing down, the setting down, you can catch probably anything, I would think, in the water.
Well, again, it's so simple. If you think of it this way, guys, it's a tool. It's a brand new tool, just like maybe a crescent wrench would be a tool. This is a fishing tool that you'll need to just basically, I suggest everybody just that gets a new guard dog, take it in the backyard, set up a rod holder, set your rod up, and do like I was saying, play with that trigger, hold your hand over the top of the rod until it trips. Then move your string 1/8 of an inch at a time until it doesn't trip. Stink that hits that bait. Open for a 50-pound cat, and all of a sudden we got a hat on our line. We want to catch them too. We don't want them stealing all of our bait. We want to catch them too. And that's what is so great about the guard dogs, is you can set that trigger so light based on your water currents. A middle setting, guys. Here's something else I want to show you. Again, excuse me, guys. I wish I had some help tonight, but I'm going to do this. But one thing you want to know on this, if I can get this right, most people, let me see, am I on there right? No, there we go. Most people try setting this guard dog up right in the middle position when they get their guard dog. They say, well, it's not too light and it's not too heavy. It's right in the middle. Well, guys, that is the wrong way to think about using the guard dogs. Because even in a middle setting, let me push this down to a middle setting if I can with one hand. There's about a middle setting. It still takes quite a bit of pull to trip that, okay? It's not a super duper pull, but your little dinks you may miss them little dinks if it's not set light enough. So again, your trigger system on the guard dog is the patent. That's what's so unique and different from anything else in the world, is being able to adjust your tool for your water to make it where you can catch any size fish. We've caught everything from bluegills up to sharks with this. Again, but it's still based, the trigger setting shouldn't be based on what size fish you're fishing for. That has nothing to do with it. The trigger setting should be based on, I want it as light as my water currents allow, period. Now, I know some people like Adam, Randy, he actually sets his a little heavier for flatheads,
Right.
because he wants them to pull harder. Okay, he wants them to pull a little harder. But you don't know if you're going to catch a flathead or if you're going to catch a dink. You know, you don't know how big a fish that's going to be. So that
Right.
lighter trigger will actually catch both. You know, I'm going to up my odds. I'm going to up my odds. Hey,
Yep.
Doug, how you doing?
That's good advice.
Michael, good to see you, brother. Guys, ask me anything you may know as far as or any questions you have. Make sure me or Randy can ask or try to answer them for you.
Hey guys, so I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to hook up on one of these. This is one of my limited edition hologram stickers. It matches the logo on my hat. I only made 500 of these. This isn't going to be a random giveaway. I'm going to give it to everybody right now that wants to get one of these. So there's my email. If you want one of these for free, just go ahead and email me your address, and I'll hook you up with one of these. And once again, there's only 500 of these in the world. So, stick it on your head, stick it on your water bottle, whatever you want, but you'll be one of 500 people.
Hey,
All right.
Mike, good to see you, brother. Chad, good to see you.
Oh, there's my buddy Michael, calling out to Magic Michael Parrish. He has a question for us, actually. Can you make a mini version?
Michael, I'll tell you, just between me and you, we'll keep this a secret, okay? Nobody else will know. Me and Randy have actually talked about this, and Randy, of course, most people that know Randy know he's an avid ice fisherman as well. He used the guard dogs last year ice fishing and had a lot of success on ice, which we was glad to see. But he approached me and said, Monty, I'd like to have a smaller version just made for ice, because they've got them little bitty short ice fishing rods, and it just sort of looks out of place. Yeah, they'll work, but it isn't really suited for an ice fishing pool. So this winter, I will be making some smaller ice fishing models and let Randy test them out, and we're going to see how well they work. I think they'll do just as well. But yes, there is a mini version that will be coming along in the future.
You know what I was going to do, Monty, is I'm going back through some of my videos. Guys, if you want to look for pretty much every tutorial that I've ever made, check out my channel. But I'm gonna throw up one video here that's just the basic how to use the guard dog. I think it'd be useful for a lot of folks. I won't turn the sound on so we can keep talking in the background. But let me throw that up real quick here. I think it'll be useful for the folks who've never used it before.
Yeah, and hey, friends, we've got a lot of good friends here on the channel. Make sure, if you're not familiar with Randy, of course, make sure you go to his YouTube page. There it is. Let's Go Fishing with Randy. Randy's one of the best content creators out there. Got hundreds of videos. Does a great job showing people how to fish for many, many species. So if you haven't got him subbed yet, please go to his channel and sub out. You'll be glad you did.
I appreciate that, Monty. Yeah, this is a really good video because this takes it on pretty much out of package, how to tie on the string, how to adjust it for the condition. So I'll just keep it playing in the background, but keep your questions coming. We love to answer them. Doc Demon.
Hey, and one thing I want to do, Randy,
Sure,
one
Monty,
thing I
go ahead.
want to do is while your video is playing, you to pick a number. I'm going to run 100, and we're going to have a surprise giveaway tonight. Okay. I need you to write the number down. I don't want to be involved with the number. Just write a number down between 1 and 200.
Well, heck, that's a lot of numbers. Maybe we should pick one for the number of viewers.
No, we're going to do it 1 to 200, and the closest without going over is going to win.
All right. Okay, between 1 and 200.
So friends, we're going to be giving away your choice of a Berkeley big game rod, either a bait caster or a spinning rod, your choice. I'll have it sent to you from Amazon. But just as a special thank you for our guests, our visitors, I like throwing surprises out there once in a while. Pick a number in chat from 1 to 200, and the person that is closest without going over, you can send me your mailing information, and we'll get you out a new Berkeley big game catfishing rod.
All right, I got the number on the other side of this pad. So whenever y'all ready, go at it.
Guys, we're going to give you until 7 o'clock. It's 6:57, so get your numbers in. We'll draw at 7 o'clock. This will be for a new Berkeley big game, and you can have your choice as a bait caster or a spinning rod.
Now, what happens if two people pick the same number? We're going to go with whoever picked it first.
That
So in
sounds
case anyone,
good.
yep. So maybe
That
watch the
sounds
chat. Make sure you're not picking the same number as somebody else, because whoever picked it first, if that's the winner, they get it.
And while you're doing that, I'll be right back. I'm going to do something.
I mean, that's a lot of numbers, 1 to 200. If somebody gets it on the nose, they need to go out and buy themselves a lottery ticket tonight. All right. And what we can do, Monty, since I already have a banner for my email, once we announce the winner, they can just email me the information, and I'll send it to you.
That sounds great, brother. That sounds great.
We'll keep it simple.
Good luck, guys. And guys, while you're picking numbers, just for the heck of it, I'm going to show you. I've done this demonstration in the past, but I'm going to show you why a circle hook works well with a guard dog. Okay, I have the guard dog set up again, but if you can picture, most of your circle hooks, when they go inside of a catfish's mouth, the guard dog will apply a slight pressure to bring that circle hook right back into the corner of a catfish's mouth. Okay, as they're pulling the string, it's not going to have a crazy whip jerk. It's going to apply a hard, solid pressure to trip that guard dog, and it just pulls the circle hook through a catfish's mouth. So it's not a crazy slap. It's just the rod bend's already bent. The fish is applying pressure. As it applies pressure, that pull will just basically come back a little bit because the fish has already got it in its mouth. It's just like reeling down basically on a circle hook. You know, when you're using circle hooks, of course, some people, some fish, they'll hook themselves. Others, you have to go over and lift the rod, where you got to start reeling down. That's the proper way to set a circle hook, is when you go over and start reeling real quick. This does the very same thing as reeling down, but it does it instantly without you even looking. So they do a wonderful, wonderful job with circle hooks.
Looks like we're at a time to pick the winner of the rod. And
okay, let's go ahead and pick a winner.
I'm looking up the scroll here.
What number? Can you show the camera your number?
I'm gonna show you the number and the name. Somebody actually got the exact number, Monty. I don't know how they did.
Show the number. Show the number. Show the number.
Here it comes. Should I?
Show the number though first, Randy. That way everybody can see it.
66.
66.
And looks like Maurice Kaysen picked it right on the button there.
Maurice, that was a good guess there, brother.
Right.
I'm telling
That's
you.
lottery winning stuff there.
JBT,
so
hey, I'll tell you what, JBT was close.
He was. I thought he had it at first. I thought he had it at first. So there's my email, guys. Maurice, there's my email. Send me your name and address. And once again, anybody else that wants to get yourself a limited edition hologram, Let's Go Fish with Randy sticker, just email me your contact info and I'll get one out to you as well. But yeah, congratulations, Maurice. That's a pretty good pick out of the barrel there.
Hey, Jared, how you doing? Bent Rods, good to see you. Let's see who we missed, guys. We appreciate everybody coming in. Dom, let's see, we've seen Dom, Cold Creek. Hey, Rich from CFM, good to have you in here, brother. CFO, hey, good to see you. We're trying to keep up with chat, guys, but I'll tell you what, if we miss any of you, we'll try to get your name out there if we can. Hey, here's another little tip, guys. First of all, let me ask a question to chat members. Hey, Don, good to see you, brother. Hope you're feeling okay.
Brother Don.
Feeling all right. I've got a question. I've got a question for those that's night fishing with the guard dogs. Are any of you guys using glow sticks with your guard dogs at night? Anybody in chat using glow sticks with their guard dogs? I'm going to give you a little tip, guys. This is how I fish with mine. It might give you a little idea. It'll only cost you a nickel to do this. But what I do is I'll attach a paper clip to my far light hole, the very far left hole, because your guard dog tension string will never reach that far before tripping. I'll put a paper clip in it. I'll attach a little piece of a car vacuum hose that just fits the size of a glow stick. That way I've got something that is real sturdy. It won't fly off, but I've got a glow stick attachment to my guard dog. Of course, you don't have to watch your guard dog, of course. You know, they work by themselves. But if you want to see a little bite, this will really give you a little bit of a hint when you're getting a nibble on there. Also, if it falls to the ground and you haven't got a good lantern, this will give you a real good idea of where your guard dog's at. So you might want to try that out if you get a chance on your guard dogs at night fishing.
Let's see, the Dominator wants me to pop up this one. He was mentioning about using longer rods. I think the longest I've used it with is 8-footer. But I have 12-foot rods. I just need a step ladder probably to set it up right. There's Adam.
It actually fishes with 12-foot rods.
I think we might be cutting out. Just a little tad. I'm not sure if
Randy?
Monty's cutting out. Yep, I can hear you now, Monty. Go ahead.
On my, I'm not sure where it's coming from, but yeah.
There you
Dominic,
go. How's it on your end, Adam?
Randy, Dominic uses his guard.
Same thing with Monty's cutting out on me too.
Okay. All good. It's all good. Monty, I think you're having a little Wi-Fi issue there. Hopefully it picks up here in a second.
Yeah, I
Let's
missed
see.
missed a bunch of the,
All right, until he comes on back.
What?
You're cutting out, Monty, if you can hear us. Let's see what else we got here. All right, Ben Rod, we'll catch you later. Looks like you got to take off. Let's see.
take it easy, Bent Rod.
Great evening, Jared.
Let's see here.
Monty, you still there?
ABT, I see that. Everybody, guys, go ahead.
Well, I'm glad you could join us, Adam. I was a little worried about we weren't going to get you tonight.
Yeah, no, I just rebooted everything on my computer. My headset wasn't connecting, so once I rebooted, it worked then.
Good, good. Let's see who else we have in chat here.
See where you use your pole, interfering with my line up underneath. You know, this all the time. It don't come off. When I want to change a glow stick out, put another one in it. You can just shove it into however deep you want to go into. But man, it's there all the time for me.
And that doesn't mess with anything with the tension or anything like that, weight wise.
Nope, not at all, because it's so light. You know, glow stick is so light. Of course, Randy puts bells on his guard dogs. You know,
Yeah,
the bells.
I like them bells.
I put my bell right on the pole with they have a little hole for the little glow stick in it.
Bells are good to detect bites, you know, just before it does going to set off. I mean, when it sets off, it's usually pretty obvious, but I like to have the bells on it just to detect the real subtle bites. And even the fish like mouthing the bait, a bell will ring just a little bit so you can get ready to go run to your rod if you need to.
Yeah, that's the last weekend when I was fishing for flatheads. I had the guard dog set up on the one that I caught that flathead on, and I heard my bell because it was behind me and it was behind a tree. I couldn't really see it unless I kind of reached around to look at it. Well, I heard something smack it, and I just didn't really worry about it because my pole was normal. And then one of the guys walked over and saw my line kind of sideways, and then all of a sudden my pole is slowly going like this, and then it popped it. But
Bam.
by the time we actually got onto it or knew that it was already upstream, so when it grabbed the bait, it didn't even set the hook off probably for 30 yards, and it just
Yikes.
kind of kept the line just perfectly where it didn't hit anything.
Hey, Jay, how's it going? Mr. Get Hooked, Colorado. Glad you could join us, brother. I like this one here. This is my kind of fishing, Dom. I was sleeping in my last live, and the guard dog woke me up. Yeah, baby. If you're going to buy a guard dog, guys, go ahead and buy a cot if you want. Do some night fishing. Not lose any sleep.
Yeah. What's up, C. Foss Outdoors? How you doing? Just gonna try to post up some
So your
people's YouTube.
looks like your flathead season's done then, Adam.
Yeah, sadly. I mean, it did just like 2 days ago. It finally dropped down to about mornings have been in the upper 30s, but
Yikes.
Today, I mean, during the day it's nice. It's about mid-50s. The river I fish normally, it closes the 30th of September for that section. But I can go to like the Mississippi or the Wisconsin River like that, but I don't know. I got to pack up my stuff sometime. I was gonna still do some channel cat fishing and stuff like that yet, walleye fishing yet. Once I
Did you
get
get any
time, I
ice
wanted to
out
go
your
this.
parts?
Oh yeah. I mean, it depends. I mean, we do. It just depends on how the winter is. Usually, it's really, really cold. Last year was mild. It was. I don't think we got on the lake until after Christmas. I think. I don't
Huh.
ice fish.
Yeah, that's about average.
Hey,
Sometimes like
Skip.
2 years ago, I think it was really cold. It was negatives a lot of the a lot of the season. But I
Yep.
don't ice fish that much. But I have been checking out your videos on your kind of guard dog technique
I
for the
tell you
ice.
what, I don't
Kind of
even
play
know.
that.
I don't know how you're gonna bring some of those fish you catch at them through even a 12-inch hole, brother. You're gonna have to cut yourself like a 3-foot hole or something and not fall in,
Well, usually I fish for perch and pike usually, and maybe walleyes to the ice.
right?
Um, Sometimes crappies or bluegills, but usually perch or pike and walleye,
Nice.
and they're not very
Yeah.
big. Perch I can get some
Yeah.
big ones, but pike are fun to catch through the ice. You'll get the little snakes about 20 to 30 inches, but they're fun with the kids on tip ups or something like that. But I've been trying to
Right.
experiment with like jigging poles and stuff like that, and trying to get the guard dog on the ice as well this year. So I'm kind of
Right.
excited for ice fishing, even though I don't really like it that much, but I'm
Yeah, it's
excited to
pretty
check
cold.
out dogs.
It gets colder the older you get too, it seems.
Hey, Gray
Yep.
Wolf.
What's up, Gray Wolf?
Gray
How you
Wolf,
doing?
good. Get hooked. Company Jay. Hey, Jay. Guys, thanks for all stopping in tonight. Appreciate you. Hey, Randy, talking about that ice fishing. If anyone's an ice fisherman out there, you need to go to Randy's YouTube page as well. He's got a video there where he compared the guard dogs on ice with the jaw jackers, and the
I'll
guard
see if I
dogs
can
did
find that.
really, really well on the ice fishing. So if any of you are planning on doing some ice fishing this year, I know some of you is the south and you'll never see ice, but I know others we've got in here are north, and it may be something they want to look at.
I'll go. I'll put it in the background with no sound if you want to see some of that.
Heck yeah.
Dom, I'm
Yeah,
glad
we
you
use
got
it.
your boat, brother.
Look at that wannabe mustache beard I was growing for the winter. That's embarrassing.
This is about all I can grow right here.
You might fill them in while they're watching that, Randy, on the difference between the guard dog and the jaw jacker, for those that may
Sure.
not know.
I mean, we're still experimenting with the guard dog, and the biggest part about the guard dog is just trying to find the best stand for it to get it to like you can see it at the top of the screen. Once you get, you can probably make a stand real easy, like, but it's got to be just at the right angle, and the string's got to come out right. And I would recommend if you make your own, make it nice and solid, because when that thing sets off, you're going to see it just like almost flips over because of the whipping of the rod. But I mean, that shows you how well it's working when it's whipping like that. If
What's
anyone isn't
the
familiar with the jaw jacker, I mean, they cost like 60, 70 bucks. There's a jaw jacker set off right there. So it's a
what's
lot
the
shorter
other?
rods
You have
too.
another video, don't you? It's just kind
Yeah,
of set up
I
in like where you kind of screw it into the ice, and it's just like a
yep.
piece of
I've tried a whole
wood.
bunch of things.
That's what I was looking
Last season. Yep.
at. Yeah, I thought that
Oh,
was
there
pretty
we go.
cool.
There we go on the guard dog there. So I mean, it was the same bait side by side. I was trying to keep it as fair as possible. Um, Same bait, same depth, because if you ice fish, you know, sometimes the fish are more active in one level of the water layer than the other. And well, jaw jacker. It was fun though. It was fun going back and forth. When the trout are biting good, you can have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like fun.
And that's decent ice. You can tell by the thickness of the hole you can see there. I mean, that's a good, I don't know, 8+ inches at least,
Yeah.
which is, you know, super safe depending. Well, they say there's never no safe ice, but safe enough for me anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun video, just going back and
What
forth,
was it?
catching it between the jaw jacker.
What was the total? What was the total on those two, Randy? How did that
You know,
turn out that
it,
day?
it's we're gonna have to wait to the end of the video because, frankly, I've forgotten. You know how many what the final count was, but I know it's gonna come up on the screen. I
Okay.
think this is
There you go.
yeah. Here's that little. There's a nice close up of it right there. This is pretty fun here.
Now, is
Like I
that a
said, at
plastic rod
detention.
holder?
Yep, just like that. I think that might be the last one of the day, so we should be coming up on the end here.
So
Yeah,
where
there,
do you
so you
get
can see my.
that component then?
Oh,
The
that's just
orange
like
piece.
Cabela's. Yeah, you can get it online. It's just a ice rod holder.
That's just
So pretty
okay.
much,
That's
yeah,
just a
pretty much
basic
any
set.
adjustable ice rod holder should work.
Yeah. So
Something
instead
with
of
some weight,
spending
I would
20
recommend.
bucks on a jaw jacker, you could probably
Yep. I mean, I think that was 20
minimize your
bucks.
amount for here.
Here's the numbers: 5-2. 5-2.
Guard dog won 5-2. So
So
yeah,
that was fun.
we're excited about this winter. We're excited about this winter. But guys, let's ask some more questions you might have on your guard dogs, or if you're thinking about getting a guard dog. I'm on here tonight as a special guest, but this is actually a pro staff show. You won't see me on here very often, but I thought why we had the chance. And I was available this weekend, I would come in and help answer any questions you may have on the guard dogs. We do have a special sale going on right now, guys. I wanted to tell you about the guard dog are $24.95 with free shipping, but we've got a sale going on right now. We're knocking $5 off. They're $19.95 with free shipping. Plus, if you give promos code, that's another.
I think Monty's cutting out again. I'm gonna get a banner going with the promo codes for Adam and myself. Yeah, you're cutting out again, Monty. I'm gonna throw a banner up with Adam's code and my code, and in case anyone wants to order and get an additional 10% off. Let me throw our codes up and. Now you can't add both our codes. You're gonna get 20% off. I know some of you guys out there pretty savvy and all, but you're not gonna get 20% by throwing both ours up here. But here is.
It does work sale price though, so save a little bit more.
All right, there we go.
It's the cheapest we've had Dog Pro with the promo code, so get them. $17.95 with free shipping.
What's up?
So that
Cindy, how you doing?
That promo code guide is good for anything on the website. So I mean, some of y'all been eyeballing our pro jerseys. I can't wear one right now because I have a green screen, and you just see Randy's head floating around. So. But yeah, the jerseys are on there. You know, we're gonna have hats, stickers.
Monty, you might have to jump back out again.
Yeah.
Guys, if that's me cutting out, I'm going to jump down and let you finish.
Yep. Sounds good, Monty.
Sounds good, Monty.
Because I'm cutting in and out so bad, I don't even know what's going on. I'm going to go to chat. Thank you all. Right. Hey, Randy, before I.
Famous last words. Before I give you $1 million, what were you going to say, Monty?
Throw in a wheel with a free guard dog.
Did he say guard dog, Adam?
Randy?
I heard the wheel.
The wheel, and I think he wants us to give away a guard dog.
Put the wheel in there. Give away a guard dog, guys. I'm
All
gonna step down.
All right, so we're gonna do the wheel on this one, guys. It is gonna be hashtag. Let's make it nice and easy for you. GD Pro. Hashtag GD Pro. I'll throw it up here in just a second for you. All right. Yes. And it's a coming. It's a coming. Little patience. Randy's old. He's not trying to learn this technology here. All right. All right. Hashtag GD Pro for free Guard Dog Pro. Again, all winners tonight. If you guys want one of my stickers again, I'll throw my email up. It's really simple, randycura@gmail.com, but I'll throw it up in a little bit. But this one is for one, your choice of color, Guard Dog Pro, sent to your door.
They're coming in quick. It's 7 on already. 10.
We'll let it run for a little bit. So what else is going on here?
Not a whole lot. I wanted to get out fishing this week. I actually did some bow hunting and kind of scouting my wife's mom's land.
What do you bow hunt for?
Oh, just deer. I
Deer?
haven't been to my stand in a while, and I went to go check that out, and then actually I went and they have a big horse pasture, so I didn't go to my blind. I went into the middle of the pasture, and there's this big brush pile that they kind of burn stuff, and I hid inside of that, and I just sat down on a old stump, and about half an hour before dark, all of a sudden there's like two fawns and a doe or mom that lives kind of right next to where I was sitting, and they came about 10 yards away from me and were just eating. And then all of a sudden there's 3 deer behind me, some does and little fawns behind me. So I actually ended up staying till like after dark because I didn't want to spook any of the deer. So I was kind of like anxious to get out of there, but that was kind of fun to watch. And then I grabbed my camera, my trail camera I left out there. I left it out there since last year, and the camera was still going. So I had like 3,000 images on there. So I was going through all those last night. I'm like, holy cow, there's a lot of big bucks out here. And I know there's a couple I've seen, but I'm pretty amateur when it comes to hunting.
That's a good idea, actually. Now that I think about it, they should make a game cam. You know, the ones that like you're talking about, you can mount it on a tree or whatever, and it takes pictures with motion or whatever. They should make one for fishing. I wonder if they do, right? Where they can put it like in the bottom of the dock or in an area submerged, and it'll just like, I don't know, take pictures and see if there's any fish in that area, and you come back and check it just like a game cam.
You could probably
we might be on $1 million product here. Yeah, I like that idea. Yeah, we'll have to think about that more because that'd be cool to see if there's a new spot and you want to see if there's fish in that area. Leave it there for a week, come back.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
All right, let's go a little bit longer because we got 23 viewers and only 14 entries for a Guard Dog Pro. So we'll give it a little bit longer. What's the biggest fish you caught on a Guard Dog Pro, Adam?
I believe it was the one last week or 2 weeks ago. I think that was.
How big did that end up being?
I think it was. I'm trying to think now. 20, 22 pounds, 20 pounds.
Nice.
Something like that.
It looked bigger than that, dude.
Yeah, we just like taking good pictures. Get them close up to the camera, you know.
I bet it was bigger than that.
I think it was 37 inches, 36 inches.
Nice.
But I lost a really big one on my boat with the guard dog. I got snagged up on a tree or in some log jams after the fish grabbed it and it took it right in before I could even get to the rod. But
yeah, they're sneaky little bastard.
Yeah, the one I caught off the guard dog last week was awesome. It was a really good battle. It actually went so far up the creek I was fishing, and then there's this giant log that was across where I kind of cast it over, and I could only make it this way, but it was already that way, so I had to reel it, and I got to a point where it got snagged up on the log, so I actually luckily I had my muck boots on. I got into the water as far as I can before the drop off and unhooked it and then worked it over the log. So it was a battle, but I thought I was gonna
Yeah,
lose it.
those are the fun ones, though. Yeah, those are the fun ones you win. Hey,
Yeah.
Wyatt, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, we'll probably get back out. Hopefully, well, next week I'm going to the Fall Fest out in Door County, up in on the peninsula of Lake Michigan there. So I probably won't be doing fishing next week, but hopefully go out the weekend after for some channels and stuff like that. Try to load up the freezer with some fish, some eater size. So I don't really keep
Nice.
many fish.
8-pound channel for Sea Faust. I think
That's a nice
my
channel.
biggest was a grass carp that did that video, Giants in the Grass. I think it was what was it, 30, something like 36 pounds, 42 inches,
Wow.
36 pounds. That's probably the biggest I've ever done on a guard dog, and it's gonna be kind of hard to beat that record for a while. I think there's always a chance,
Yeah, that's
right?
a good one. Yeah.
There's always a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance? All right, we're gonna go ahead and draw for the Guard Dog Pro. We've been sitting at 15 for a little bit. Bada bing, bada boom.
Who will it be?
Survey says Wyatt. Wyatt just jumped on
Yeah.
too. You lucky dog, you. Wyatt, you know how to get a hold of me, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and change the banner again to my email in case anybody wants to get a hold of us or ask for a sticker or send me spam mail. No spam mail, please. All right, there's my email. If you guys want to get, again, this is the limited edition of 500 in the entire world hologram Let's Go Fishing with Randy sticker that I'm going to give away to everyone who wants one. Just email me and then spread the love. All right. Let me stop this present screen here so we can get back to her. There we go. Well, that was fun. Surprise giveaway. I like the surprise giveaways.
Yep, those are nice. Yeah, and if anybody's, I got two my rod holders left for sale until I'm going to be taking a break here. They pair awesome, as you can see in the background. Let me get out of there. You can use them right on the benches, everything. They work awesome with the guard dogs. There's a hole right on the bottom of the plate. You can mount right to your tensioner string with like a C-clamp or a carabiner. They work awesome.
Yeah.
So I got two left.
That's all I
You
use.
can use.
That's all I use now.
I think Randy's got a promo code for that. Randy 10. I think you can use his.
I think it's Randy
promo code
5, unless you changed it.
I should check that.
I'm
I
going to
thought I
bring up
changed everyone's to 10.
I'm going to bring up a quick video for the background that shows the combination of the guard dog and
Awesome.
your cat claw rod holder. Let's throw that up on for folks who haven't seen that yet. I think it's a good video. Shows how well they work together for sure. All right, and we won't do the sound. We won't do the sound. What else we got in chat here? Well, we're at an hour, folks. I think we're just going to keep going. Is that what you want to do, Adam, until our normal off time so we don't get in the way of Avid? Or?
Yeah, I'm down whenever.
All right, let's check it out. There's the cat claws and the guard dog. Who knew that dogs and cats get along so well? There's that step there. I love that step, man. As long as you're not in like super rocky ground.
Even then, you can. I've gotten into some crazy stuff. Just if you use the points or where the spikes go down, you can hammer those points, and you can get into some
I'm at
really tough ground.
this one area that I'm fishing there. If you go more to the south, they just put so many like concrete rocks that you can't get it straight. So that's the only time I haven't been able to. I mean, nowhere. I'm going along like every 4 inches trying to get through the surface.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's the extreme. I mean, but as long as there's normal bank, yeah, they'll work on anything. But yeah, I love the way it hooks up to the cat claws from the bottom, dude. It makes it so easier. We're Mickey Mousing all this little spikes in the front and everything. Remember that when we first started? I'm putting a spike in front of it.
Yep.
Makes it so
I've
much easier
tried it.
now.
I think I mean, with the spinning reels, there's a little bit of an issue. I thought they're not even huge, but like you can get
No,
on
I
your
got no
handle.
issues with it. Whatever. Yeah, no
Um,
issues whatsoever with
oh
them.
no. I'm just saying you got to watch it because sometimes that tensioner string will hook around your handle. So
Right. What I
before
usually do
you,
is that
you know,
yep, I pull the tensioning string a little bit far out from it, and then I'll take up the slack, and then
yeah.
I'll put the tension string back. And as long as it's not hanging up on the spool or handle, it falls away pretty clean. So
Because
yeah, they work really
I
great
mean, I've
together.
caught it all the time. The only time I noticed it was when my son, he was using it and he didn't catch that one time and
Right.
when he hooked up on a big fish, but we
Yep.
got it to fishing. So, but no, they work great. What do you got here? Channel? Or no, that looks like a carp.
No, just gonna be a carp. Yeah, this lake here, it's a local open space in the Denver metro area, and
Okay.
really good carp there. I've got a lot of master angler carp, 30+ inches out of there. Little hidden
Wow.
gem.
But yeah, I like the cat claws and the guard dog. The one thing I really like about it is you can just leave it on there. I always just kind of wind it up around it and then tuck it in there,
Oh,
and
yep.
yeah, I don't know.
Put it away.
It's way better
Pack it up.
because I never really had a good way to pack it up. Because if you pack
Right,
it
right.
up, sometimes when you just kind of put it around your hand and then you put it away, then you get like kind of loops and knots or something in it.
Yep.
So then you kind of
It's amazing.
dinking around trying to get it out. So it's kind of nice having that and I just leave it on there all the time. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I get silly. It's in the sun too long. That's what happens. That's Homie
Hey,
the
you got
Clown, in
that
case
new
anybody hasn't met him. What's that?
little sun shanty thing, right?
Oh yeah, I'm always trying to find ways to stay out of the sun.
Yeah. That those are nice or anything to get out of there.
There's my code, Randy5.
I'll have to check. I would if you're gonna I got 2 left, but I would check before if you put the code in, try 10 because I thought I switched everyone's out to 10. No.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, I mean, it's just I bet you I mean everyone initially they don't realize it's a handmade in the USA item here, right? So they're not going to be as cheap as some of the things on Amazon. But guys, I'm telling you right now, this thing is indestructible. Indestructible. Works great with a guard dog. I don't use any other rods now, rod holders now, and even if I wasn't pro staff with Adam, I'd still use it. Just like I say, it's the same thing with the guard dog. Even if I wasn't pro staff with the guard dog guys, everybody who knows me knows I use the guard dog every time I fish because it catches me fish, and I don't have to be that attentive with it. So, same thing with the cat claws rod holder. Even if I wasn't pro staff,
You got
I'd still buy them and use them because it's the best rod holder. You buy, like they say with the good stuff. You cry once when you buy something, right? You don't want to cry
That's all
twice, especially.
fully TIG welded, cold rolled steel. Really great quality. I do not paint them. I have in the past, but it's just too much time for me, and I kind of did a
Well,
vote
people like
on
to
like
paint them. People like to
painting,
paint them their own colors. You know what I mean?
and
So
yeah,
that's the fun
and
of it,
everybody will like, well, we just like paint them ourselves. So I'm like, all right, that works
right?
for me. Dom's in the background over here. I don't know if he wants to get
I
pulled
paint
up
mine
right
black.
now or.
I don't know why I paint mine black because I always trip all over them sometimes. But I'm just like, I like black because it's cool. So I don't know. But yeah, I should
Yeah.
paint them like you know bright guard dog green so I don't trip all over them sometimes when I'm walking around. But that's just me,
Well, then you might mistake it as grass.
right? Yeah, with my luck, I need like shocking pink or something. Get in touch with my feminine side or something. I don't
I wonder
know.
does
Grey
Dom
Wolf
want to
is
come in
asking.
or?
Yeah, I'll let Dom in. Come on in, Dom.
Had it. Yeah, I wanted to know about
How's
that
it
12.
going?
Watch this.
He's gonna do a backflip. What you gonna do for us, Dom?
First of all, y'all got to get y'all the cat claws rod holders. I'm gonna show y'all how it's done.
I tell you what, Dom. If you catch a fish there, you are a master.
I've seen those people. I don't know if you ever seen those people. They fish the drainage ditches
Right.
on the sides of the
You can do that in
street, and they
Florida.
catch, can you? Oh yeah, I see people catch like the tilapias or whatever.
Right, a catch and cook.
Most
That's kind of
of these
nasty
stuff.
from the gutter, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd do that.
ooh, look at that fancy rod there. Dang.
What is that? A Mad Cats?
I don't know. I was looking for a logo, a name on it, but I'm blinded. It's like I can't see. It can go away. No, it's nice. I like it. Can't lose your stuff at night is easy.
Yeah, I've never used anything bigger than about a 7. I think 7.6 are my rods.
Yeah, 7.6 is a good number. It's a good
But the bank rods are.
That's
a lot
my
of people
12
have the
cat.
small ones.
12 foot. That's a 12 footer, huh?
Yes, sir.
It's a good looking rod. All right. Show us how it's done.
It's just absolutely wonderful. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, I run black lights once in a while, so I painted my guard dogs with fluorescent paint, which is pretty
I've seen
cool
some
at
of those
night.
photos. Those are pretty wicked looking.
You just got to watch out. You can't paint over the nose part of it because that will kind of make
Right.
it hang up a little bit,
Right.
which I kind of made the mistake of painting the whole thing and then scratched it off.
Now,
But
when
it
you
was
set it up, what you want to do is bring it over. Come out, measure it.
Nice.
While you're measuring it,
be right back. What?
put it in the rod holder. Don't be goofy like me.
I think you'll be the first one to use a bigger rod in the cat claws. Actually, I haven't seen too many people running the longer rods.
Sweet.
It's almost like you think you might need a longer tension string for that 12-foot rod.
Yeah.
I have a longer tension string.
I was gonna say you must have had to add to it because even on the 8-footers, it's like right there. You know what I mean? I like it.
Now you got your guard dog pro set up.
Nice.
Can you turn it sideways, Dom, so we can see it? Can you turn it to the rod sideways?
I'm on my way to do that.
Yeah, great minds think alike. Take us for a walk around the neighborhood. Why not?
Look at that.
Oh yeah, that looks good, brother. That's looking good. Dang. Yeah.
Me personally, Monty says, which is true, it's been tried and proven. You do not need a lot of. That's more than enough tension.
Right.
That's more than enough tension. The tension that's on her right now, I've caught. My largest I've caught off a guard dog was 37 pound blue cat,
Bam.
and yeah, it's absolutely just amazing.
You got me beat by a pound, Dom.
And then when you bring it down, Look at that. That's just that's amazing.
That's beauteous.
It
I just coined that word. That's Randy's word. If you're going to use that word out there, guys, make sure you send me a nickel for every time you use beauteous, because that's my new word.
Every time you set it up, just bring it over to the side, set it down.
See, that's nice with the cat claws because you can angle it like that and it will stay just like that for you too.
Hey, Adam, Dougie Fresh is asking where to go for the cat claws. Do you want to throw something up on a banner?
And then as soon as I my attention. There goes my attention. Look at that.
I might have it as well here because I just did a video with it.
And
Okay, nice.
I put it on the lightest setting possible, as always, according to my current. And I can always come over here and adjust it the way I want to. If I want it heavier, want it lighter, however I want it, I can adjust it.
There you go.
And when it comes to that fit, watch this. Bing! I love it. Man, I'm telling y'all, I was knocked out. When I tell you I was knocked out, I'm talking about I was unconscious. I was like seconds away from snoring. I was just laid up. I was sitting in that chair just loving life. And then all of a sudden, I heard that ding. Wide awake. Let's party.
You don't use bells down?
Huh?
You don't use bells just to detect bites?
I have bells. I have not used them in I don't know how long. Oh, and this is look at this.
That's the new boat?
That's my new boat.
Damn.
This boat used to belong to my father.
He's smart enough to take the motor off, right? Come back, it ain't there when you come back outside.
Oh no, people know that. No, they know. They know.
What is that? A 20-footer, 12-footer? What is that?
It's a 12-foot game fish. Serious
Perfect size.
Yeah,
It's a perfect size.
yeah, it's a 12-foot. I've had this thing in Ohio and the Mississippi River multiple times. They got a 5 horsepower Mercury 4-stroke, and I don't even remember how big the. I'm sorry about that. Don't know how big the trolling motor is.
You got electric trolling?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have a boat. I miss it.
I used to have a different boat, and I missed it. But I'm glad I got this one.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Especially with the history.
Yeah, a lot of great
jerky online and catch a puppy.
Yeah, a lot of great memories in that boat.
A lot more members to make, Dom.
That's
a lot
right.
more members to make.
That's right. But brothers, I appreciate y'all allowing me to come up, and I'm gonna jump down and I'm gonna lead y'all to it.
Appreciate you jumping on.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had to come up and support my brothers. Always. And everybody needs to see how great that 12-footer looking that cat claw rod holder. Look at that. That's just gorgeous.
Looks good.
And then the dog just performing as just mwah. Just man. That thing it know Monty know he did something special when he did that one.
Yep. That's ideas like this come around once in a lifetime.
Exactly. And he nailed it just man. He couldn't yeah. Yeah.
Did Monty get the chance to show you one of his originals?
Yeah, I saw him. I
and I gotta get one from Monty. I want an original one, actually.
Oh, they're awesome, brothers.
Monty,
they are awesome. I got like 4 of them.
You got the original?
I'm the original pro staffer, brother. I was the one that started season 1 with the guard dog.
Monty, we need to talk.
I got like 4 of them, yeah. But when I met Monty, we still playing with the original models. There ain't no. We were talking about the pro model. It was talk. I was like talk, and then now yeah. I still like I said, I fish one Friday, and they still work great, man.
Monty, I know you
Still great.
got 1 or 2 of them back in the closet somewhere. Adam,
Yeah,
Adam wants one, and I'm definitely gonna use it. So
right.
Oh yeah.
They're fun. It's
I'm
nostalgic.
gonna put them all to work. I'm telling you.
But
Let's
yeah,
see,
I wanted to point out with like Dom's rod, he's got that 12-footer, like in the background of my right up back here. Those are 5.7 rods, and they're like a lighter catfish rod. So on mine, I have to bend them more to actually get that tension, so the guard dog actually sits where I want it to. Because when you get a hit on those poles and it's not set heavy enough, or like the rod bent heavy enough, it will twist the guard dog sideways. So you always got to make sure, depending on what kind of rod you're running, if it's a medium, light, or heavy. The heavier rods, you probably don't need to put that bend in there because it's going to have a lot more tension. Once you get to those lighter rods, like a bait rod or a lighter catfish rod, the more tension you want, a little bit more tension on it. Otherwise, once you get those bites, your guard dog's going to turn sideways and then pop off, or try to pop off, and it's gonna be a lot harder for it to fall off and set the hook.
Yeah, because
That's what I know. So you gotta, I mean, not on all rods you're gonna want to set it like mine, but yeah, the lighter rods might. If you have issues with it kind of turning sideways, make sure you give it a little bit more tension or bend on your pole.
where Cold Creek Billy said he used heavy action rods, he will not need nowhere near as much tension as I do with this medium heavy.
Hey guys,
Yep.
here's the first guard dog video I made. You'll see the old guard dog on it. Let's walk down memory lane, shall we? This
Let's
video,
dive in.
like over a year ago. Look at that young man.
Who is that?
Look at that young man with that guard dog one. Look at me rocking them shorts in Colorado. Who says we don't wear shorts in Colorado? Yeah, look at that bad boy, dude. That was a good day. Like I said, my first video ever. It's fun to watch it. You can tell it's the old one.
So where are you
Ain't no
fishing here?
colors. This is another Metro Lake. That's how my brother and I started our YouTube channel, just fishing Metro Lakes and pulling out monsters. The people didn't even know there was fish in
Nice.
that lake. So yeah. Yeah, there's barking in the video. Just wanted to make sure people knew. There's no barking when it actually goes off. And it doesn't come with Dom's
a
ding
cascade?
either. You got to make your own sound.
You got the casting Sharky in there?
Yeah, Cast King Sharky 3. That was my favorite rod up until I started using other stuff. It's a good solid reel.
Yep, for sure.
Oh, dang, nabbit. I should have showed it with a bait caster.
I just, like I said, you missed it earlier, Dom. I just kicked out my first bait caster. Actually, it was the second one, using the guard dog. They work just great for it.
I know. I use them. I'm telling you.
Yep. You just got to get used to turning it around when you pick it up, right? Like I said, a spinning rod, you pick it up, it's right ready to go right there. With the bait caster, because I have the rings going forward, I got to pick it up, and you see me in the video, turn it around real quick, and then start going to town. And I do a left-hand retrieve with the power handle, which is not the double paddle, because I'm used to spinning rods. So I ordered a left-hand retrieve. Most people I know you like to use it on the right.
Yeah, see, I'm a right hand retrieve kind of guy, so I pick it up with my left hand and spin it as I'm reeling.
Right? I don't know. For me, it's just easier, like I said, because I'm used to spinning with the right hand, cast out, right, and then like take up the slack right away with your left hand, just like with a spinning rod. So I'm glad I ordered a left-hand retrieve.
Well, see, I'm ambidextrous, so
Okay, all right.
Yeah, this spring actually, we went camping for some channel cats, and family friends came along, and they don't really fish too much, and I had my bait casters out there, and one of the guard dogs went off, and I'm like, oh, guard dog down, and no one wanted to grab him. I'm like, go get the rod. You got to catch a catfish, and then so he grabs my bait caster that it had and started reeling. He's like, man, this is really weird. How do you reel these things? And I'm like, oh, you gotta turn it around. So he didn't know
Yeah,
anything
reeling's
about
nothing.
casters.
Let them try casting, dude. It took me a while just to figure out how to cast that thing without bird nesting, and I'm still scared.
Yeah.
and that's awesome. I'm gonna do a lot of carp fishing this year. This year coming up. We
I
got a
gotta
lot.
figure out how to catch a carp.
Yeah, it works really, really good with carp. You know, I mean, we probably have some guys here that talk about, oh, you don't need to set a hook on a carp. Well, it's the same theory as hooking it with the octopus, the circle hook. There are some carp that will just spit in the bite, the bait in and out their mouth, and you're gonna miss them. The
Mhm.
guard dog doesn't necessarily set it, guys. It just takes up the tension, and then when they move, the tension is there, and then that's when either octopus or with carp, it just goes right in the lip.
Yeah,
So it's not like it snaps like a mousetrap. Don't think it does that, guys. That's
yeah.
why it works so well for carp, and for circle hooks and octopus hooks.
And that's
Yep.
all I use. I've caught plenty of fish on it. I still,
Yep.
I don't know how many videos I really need to get out, but yeah, I'm
I
behind
actually
on.
made my own circle hooks and use
But
those. It works pretty good.
I'll be in chat.
All right, Dom. Let's see here. Where am I at in Colorado? I'm about 10 minutes north of Denver. So I fish the entire metro area. And we want to go up to the mountains. It's a little bit of a drive to get to the good mountains, like in a couple hours. But I'm, like I said, mainly what would be called the North Denver metro area. So if you're ever up in these parts, y'all holler. I'll show you some spots where people didn't even think fish were at.
How's it going, Brian? Brian's in the chat.
I'm about, let's see, Greeley. I'm about 25, 30 minutes south of Greeley, if that helps you figure it out. Hey, Mike, take care. We'll see you out there on the bank sometime, I'm sure, brother.
Actually, I was in Colorado a couple of years ago. I did some trout fishing in Estes Park out
Right?
that way.
Bunch of little stalkers.
I actually caught like a cutthroat, a green cutthroat. I think they're actually
Oh,
pretty rare.
yeah, people don't
But
realize that's
really,
like the official state fish,
yeah, so it
the
was
green
kind of cool
cutthroat.
because
Yeah.
I was in Estes Park, but it was like when I started fly fishing. So I I got my waders on, and I just kept walking through this creek, and I'm out in this huge pasture. There's nothing around. I'm like, great, I'm gonna get attacked by like a bear or a elk's gonna come running out here.
It could happen in
Oh yeah,
Colorado. It could happen.
but
Bro,
then
that's
all of
why
a
we're
sudden
all taking guns out here on our hips. We don't want the wildlife
but
to eat us.
the flies were coming out, and all of a sudden I saw some swirls, so I threw a dry fly on, and that's when I caught the cutthroat. So it's kind of cool to do that.
Nice, dude. That's a fish of a lifetime, man.
Yep.
Good job.
There is a lake out in Estes Park. There's like big tiger muskies in it, but I've never fished it. But always wanted to go back there and try that.
Nice.
Can't remember the lake.
Yep. Some of those parts up there don't really freeze up too well for winter, unless it's an extreme winter. To get really good ice, you usually have to go. Last winter wasn't bad. There was actually places within less than an hour. But to get to the good ice, like 11 Mile and Taro, you got to go a couple hours. So you figure it's a couple hour drive up in the mountains. Ice fishing itself, it's pretty physical. You're dragging sleds across ice in like below freezing temps. You're sitting on the ice. You fish for 6, 8 hours, and you drive 2 hours back. So it can get tiring. That's why,
a lot of work.
it's a lot of work. anyways, Adam, looks like we're coming up on a time here. We were longer than usual, but I think this might be a good time to say happy trails to folks so they can go get ready for the next show. Anything you want to say before we cut out?
Oh, not much. Just appreciate everyone coming in and hanging out and chatting. Sorry it took so long for me to get on. Audio
Yeah, I thought
issues.
you got something. I thought something happened. Like, I don't know, like you fell asleep or something. I was like, somebody
about
call
to
Adam, wake
throw
him
my
up.
computer and trash the whole basement because I couldn't get my computer working. And I
Right.
call my wife at work. I'm gonna go to the store. I gotta get some more computer stuff.
Good. It sounds a good enough excuse for me. All right, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for
no,
joining us. Next week, we try to change up hosts every week, so it'll be at the same time next week. We'll see who's available to host it. We'll pick from the pro staff and try to get some of the guys who haven't had a chance to do it yet. Maybe they'll be able to join us and have some fun talking to y'all. And you never know what's going to happen. But
hopefully,
appreciate everyone coming.
hopefully we'll know by like Wednesday for the next show. So we'll be dropping that on.
Yeah, keep an
Facebook
eye on our
later.
Facebook page. Yep, exactly, and we'll go from there. But
For people
for
that are
now,
on here,
guys,
like and share.
right? For now,
Yep.
tight lines, and we'll see you guys next week. And thanks for joining us. Keep on guard dogging, or as like Adam says, keep on. What do you say, chucking?
Hucking. Keep on hucking.
Hucking. Keep on hucking. All right, y'all. You have a good
Take it
night.
easy, guys.
Thanks for joining us.